Alright, good morning guys. It's an early morning. Thinking you guys can hear me alright. Yeah, looks like you guys can hear me alright. It's my birthday. Yay! Happy birthday for me. So, yeah, obviously it's incredibly early in the morning. And I know it's incredibly early in the morning. And so here's the deal. So basically, I have work today. I work on my birthday. Doesn't always happen. Last year I did not work on my birthday, which was really nice. But this year it just so happens that I do. So I do have to go to work in like 3 hours or so. Approximately about 3 hours. Maybe like more like 2.5. Oh, looks like somebody's in the chat. Who's in the chat? Who do I have in here hanging out with me? Michael Serta and Maz? What are you two doing? What's up, you guys? Good to see you. Maz just woke up as well. It's okay. I woke up pretty recently, too. I was kind of like scrambling to get all of my equipment ready to do this. I wanted to do a breakfast chill stream, you know, and I'm making French toast today, so it'll be delicious. Serta says, have a great day today, Habanero. Thank you, man. Well, I mean, I do have to work today, but I'm not really too concerned about it. I've worked on my birthdays, like, before. Last year I didn't, but I've done that a few times already. But I basically decided, like, I wanted to do a stream for my birthday this morning. And I do also have to work today, but I have a plan now. I can't make any promises, but I kind of want to come home tonight and have like a late night birthday stream as well. And we'll probably actually be doing some gaming when that actually happens. But it depends on how exhausted I am. If I'm really, like, a lot of the time, like, if I could, like, work and stream every single day, like, I would, but I get really tired because my job takes a lot out of me. But I'm going to try and make a extra effort today to, because here I am doing this, breakfast stream. I had to get up early for it, and that's not super normal for me, but I really wanted to do this. And I also, like I said, I kind of want to make the extra effort to kind of do a stream tonight when I get home as well. So we'll see. I have some coffee here, because I would not be me if I didn't have my coffee. And I have my various ingredients here. I'm about to throw a bowl in front of you guys. Oh, wait. Yeah. Okay, I got my bowl right there. And we're going to make some French toast. So when I do French toast, I kind of do this thing where I make French toast and then I kind of throw like peanut butter and jelly on. I basically make like 2 slices of French toast and then throw peanut butter on one and jelly on the other, and then slap them together and make it like a French toast peanut butter and jelly sandwich, which is like my favorite. So I'm just pulling out my cold ingredients. The first thing I need to do is crack me open some eggs. I've got some eggs, special eggs here that I got just for this. I mean, I do have like more eggs, but I kind of set these ones aside, and I was like, these eggs are going to be perfect. Let me make sure you guys can see what the hell I'm doing. Can you guys see me now? Can you see me now? Okay. So I'm kind of hoping I'm still within... Yeah, I'm relatively within range here. Okay. Seems good. Seems alright. Okay. Crack my egg open. And just dump that guy right in there. Ooh. He's got a little membrane-y there. Membrane-y! So yeah, I'm actually pretty excited. Normally, I'm not super into, this may sound kind of weird, but I'm not really hardcore into celebrating my birthday that often. Normally, I just kind of like, I normally ignore my birthday, as weird as that sounds, as much as anybody could possibly try to ignore their birthday. It's not like I hate my birthday or anything, but normally I just stay at home and like don't do anything. I think I was talking about this in a live stream not all that long ago, but I normally am, I don't know, on my birthday I'm kind of like a loner specifically. Like, I mean, I'm not a loner in my regular everyday life, But for my birthday, I usually just spend it by myself, and I kind of just hang out by myself, and that's like my day of kind of just doing my own thing, and that's about it. But this particular birthday, I wanted to do some special stuff. I wanted to hang out with people, people online anyways. And I don't know, I had this idea that I was going to make my birthday into this major thing specifically for myself, because I don't normally do that. And I just wanted to be different and change it up and all that. Alright, so I'm going to add a little bit of milk here. Maybe just a little bit more. That's probably about right. Got 2 eggs for 2 pieces of French toast here. Oh, man. But it's actually really funny because, like, my birthday, like, felt like my boss at my job, it's her birthday this week, too. And so her birthday was on the 14th, and my birthday is today, and it's actually, like, I went and I got, birthday presents for her, but I haven't seen her all week. I don't know if she actually worked on her birthday or not. She might have, but she does stuff like that too, I get the impression. But, I don't know. I've never really cared about working on my birthday, because, normally it's like I said, like, normally I treat it like it's not this huge deal. But this particular year, I was like, I need to do something cool. Throw in some cinnamon. As you guys probably have noticed, I don't really measure out my ingredients, especially for, like, when I do French toast, because it's kind of all the same. So I put in some ground cinnamon. And I have some ground nutmeg here, which I love. I love nutmeg. I think some people don't really like it very much, but I think it's delicious. So throw some nutmeg in there, just a little bit. And I also have something that sometimes people are very hit or miss about, which is I have ground cloves. I think they're delicious. Oh, they smell so good. I think cloves smell so, so good. So I like to have a little bit of clove in my French toast, because it's delicious. And then the other important thing is vanilla extract. So you need a little bit of vanilla to go in there, because I want that shit to taste nice and vanilla-y. Probably not too much. I kind of like do like, I don't know, about half a capful, I think. It looks about right. You don't need a lot. Just enough to give it that kind of like rich vanilla flavor, just a hint of it. And then the other thing I need, which I forgot to grab, hey, it's Lettuce! What's up, Lettuce? What you doing, boy? Nutmeg is a must in French toast. Clove is a bit much. I could see that. Yeah, not a lot of people actually like nutmeg. And also, like I was saying, the same is for clove. I think clove is really good, though. But you don't want to put too much of it in, because it gets way too overpowering. You do not want it to be too overpowering, because it definitely can be a bit much, like, because it's got such a strong, rich aroma and flavor to it. So it's like if you put too much in it, it's like you're just gonna make your French toast taste like cloves, and it's like that's not the goal here. So I'm just going to kind of put in like a couple of spoonfuls of sugar. I think that'll probably, just the 2 will probably be enough. I don't like it super sugary, especially considering that I'm going to be putting like peanut butter and jelly all over it. Maz says, I'm going to have sausage and pancakes for breakfast. That sounds really good. It was funny, I've been looking at trying to get my hands on a waffle iron, Maz, because I think waffles are just the absolute most amazing thing ever. Like, I mean, I think pancakes are alright, but I'm going to turn this camera a little bit. It's a little funkalicious here. You guys see me? See me a little bit better there? But I am such a waffle fan, and I want to, like, I'm on the search for, like, a perfect waffle iron, because a good waffle iron can determine how good your waffles end up coming out. And that's kind of a big deal. I remember a while ago I was watching, this was like years ago actually, I was watching a, kind of realizing my camera is still a little funkalicious here. There, maybe you guys can see me just a smidge bit better. I was watching a, what's it called? It was like a Food Network program. I think it was Good Eats, I think, with that one guy who's basically like a food scientist. I can't think, Alton Brown, that's his name, Alton Brown. And he did an entire special that was just only about him evaluating waffle irons. And it was the absolute best. Let's see, your boy Lettuce says clove is good, but for something tiny like toast, it just seems too aromatic. Waffles are superior to pancakes in every measurable metric. I totally agree with you, dude. I love waffles. I love how like they have a crunchy crust, but with like a super soft and fluffy inside. That's what it's all about. Because it's like you get that light crunch to start with, and then you kind of dip it, and then you like soak it in a little bit of syrup or whatever with like some melted butter on the top, and then you bite into it and you get that crunch, and then it's like super fluffy on the inside, and that's just, oh, it's the best. It's my favorite. So I have a couple pieces of sourdough bread here, and yeah, I'm using sourdough, I don't mind. I mean, I was kind of worried. I think it'll be good though. I really do. And I'm just going to kind of soak it in there a little bit. Also, what we need to do is we need to actually get this pan going here. Let me bring you guys over here. And we'll just heat this puppy up. And we'll probably bring it to like a medium high to start with. And I need a butter knife. Here's a butter knife that I need for my skillet. Okay. This is my super messed up Teflon pan. It's got all sorts of scratches on it. This was actually given to me by my parents, and it was pre-scratched before I got it, which is fine. I don't really care. I mean, it's like, you know, you get free kitchenware from your parents, and you're just like, yeah, this will do. Like, I don't care. It's free. Why would I be mad? Flipping my my French toast in my little egg batter that I've made here. And we're just going to go ahead and kind of wipe that around the pan. Get that butter going. There we go. Let's see. Michael Serta says, yes, waffles are the superior breakfast item. It's so true, Michael Serta. It's so true. Rebecca, what's up, girl? How you doing? Oh, thank you for wishing me a happy birthday, Rebecca. Love you, girl. And Rebecca says, yes, ceramic. I love those fry pans. Yeah, they're pretty decent. Like I said, mine is kind of like, I don't know if you guys can see the scratches. It's definitely got some pretty gnarly scratches on it. But I've never had a problem with it. I just try to be really careful with it now. Like you, for example, never, ever, ever, like, ever use steel wool unless you're a crazy person. But, you know, usually just kind of sponging out whatever problems it has is usually the solution. Oh my god, this French toast is, like, sopping wet. I need to get it into this pan, like, right now. I'm going to turn up the heat just a little bit. And we're just going to put that sucker right in there. And it doesn't immediately go psss, but that's okay. It'll get to the right temperature. It'll be fine. And I'll wait on the next one before I get it started. Oh, well, I'm really happy that I get to have you guys all coming in and hanging out. Hey, it's Clay too. Wishing me a happy birthday. Love you, Clay. Glad to see you in here, Home Slice. Your boy Lettuce says, if you don't have French bread, sourdough is fine. Yeah, that's how I felt. I was kind of looking around. I kind of, I'll admit, I took some ingredients from work. They don't really mind it, though, because, like, it's not like I'm taking tons and tons of stuff. They're usually okay with me taking a few ingredients home to do some things. But, I mean, basically what I did was I just took some, like, couple slices of bread just so I could make myself some French toast. I took some peanut butter and jelly because I I know this is going to sound like probably pretty crazy, but I have no peanut butter and jelly in my entire household right now. So I was like, I'm just going to take some of this PB&J with me, and that'll work out fine. But my work is super cool. Like, I really love those guys. They're super, like, especially like my boss. My boss is absolutely amazing. She's got my back a lot and helps me out with a ton of different things. Kind of get this guy to move just a little bit so it doesn't stick. There we go. Oop. Kind of lopsided there. There we go. That's heating up pretty nice pretty quick, which is pretty decent, if I do say so myself. Everybody's saying hi to Clay Clay. Lettuce says, live that bachelor life. Yeah, you know it. It's true. Well, I mean, it's like, I work in a kitchen, so it's, like, basically what I do is I go to work, and I eat at work, and I cook at work, and then I eat at work again, and then anything that's left over I take home with me. So it's like, it's really nice because I don't have very heavy, like, food expenditures, you know? Like, I don't have to spend tons of money on food. But then every once in a while I'll be like, gosh, I sure wish that I actually had food in my house, you know? Look at that. That looks so beautiful. But, you know, it all works out, and I usually have, like, I'm not, like, poor or anything, you know, I'm probably, like, you know, I'm doing all right, and, you know, sometimes I'll just be like, you know what, I'm gonna go to the market, and I'm just gonna buy a bunch of groceries for a bunch of, like, you know, special meals that I'll make across the week every once in a while. And, but the problem is that, like, when I run out of things that are considered to be, like, essential, I don't go out and rebuy them right away, and then I forget about them, and then next thing you know, I'm in a house with no peanut butter and no jelly. So, story of my life, you know? Let's see. Rebecca says the Magic Eraser Sponge and the Sponge Daddy Sponge work really well for keeping Teflon clean. Oh, that's good. Oh, we got T-Love T. What's up? What you doing, T-Love T? Good to see you, brother. Ooh, yeah, that guy's done. That is a done piece of French toast. And check it out, I also have fancy china. How cool is that? That's right, we're eating French toast on a fancy piece of china. How cool is that? Alright, so I got one down. And I'm going to go ahead and throw a little bit more butter on the pan. Just a little bit. Just to keep it nice and moist. There we go. Woo! Sizzly, sizzly butter. I might need to turn that down a little bit. That's pretty hot there. Okay. Yeah, that's just a little hot. I turned down the heat to a medium, like a low medium. So hopefully that'll kind of make sure that we don't mess this up too much. It doesn't smell like it's burning, so that's a good thing. I mean, that's usually my first sign, is it's like, oh, does it smell like it's burning? That might be a little too hot. But, no, I think it's fine. It'll be fine. This is fine. I just would like to get this, here, I need to take that pan off just to make sure it doesn't actually burn the butter while it's just sitting there. I'll just go ahead and put this last piece on there. Wow, it's not even on the heat. You can hear it sizzle from here. Bam! Bam! Alright. You know, it's funny, I got, like, I made this out of the batter out of, like, 2 eggs, and I was actually worried that it wasn't going to be enough. But it's exactly the right amount. In fact, I even have a tiny bit left over. Not that I'm going to use it for anything, but it's just good to know that 2 eggs was exactly the right amount. Oh. Hey, Cinder Shadow, good to see you, my brother. How you doing? Let's see. Maz says, never liked peanut butter and jelly. Dude, peanut butter and jelly is so good on French toast, Maz. That's what I love having peanut butter and jelly for. I barely ever, like, make actual peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Usually, I keep my peanut butter and jelly for, like, other purposes. Like, I actually, like, cook with it and things like that. Speaking of peanut butter and jelly, I think what I'll probably do is I'm probably going to go ahead and set up the peanut butter on... Well, I'll do it on... You know what? I'll just put the jelly on the first one. The peanut butter is best to do on the last one because when the toast comes fresh off the skillet, it's like piping hot. So like when you put the peanut butter on it, it just like melts like all over it. So I'm going to go ahead and use the jelly on this one because this one's going to get... it's not going to go cold or anything, but it will cool down. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw the jelly on this sucker. Let's see, I might need a couple of them. There we go. There was a period of time when I first moved into this apartment, because I've lived in this apartment for quite some time now, and when I first moved into this apartment, I was basically eating this meal like for breakfast like every single morning for like the first, I think, like year that I lived here. It was just like my favorite thing. And then like after a year of doing it every single morning, I got tired of it and I was like, I think I'm good for a while. Too much. And I mean, I still love it. Like, I didn't do it so much that I grew to hate it, because obviously here I am doing it once again. But I just needed a break, and I was like, I need to not eat French toast every morning. This is probably not a good plan. Alright. Just kind of spread that sucker around like that. I think I have some maple syrup too, but I don't... I was debating whether or not I was going to put some maple syrup on this, but I think that would just be a little bit overkill. Just a little bit overkill. A little bit too much. There we go. Delicious. More Buttermole magic. I saw that, Lettuce. That's great. Cinder Shadow is commenting about the French toast. Everybody's saying hi to one another. Serta says, let us all gather for Habo's birthday at our separate location. Yeah, this is cool. This is actually... Oh, you know what? I forgot. I should probably flip this. Oh, God, please. Please be okay. Oh, God, please be okay. Oh, my goodness. It's probably fine. Yes, a little toasty. Just a little bit toasty. I think I caught it just in time. It's fine. I was starting to notice, I was like, it smells like it might be overcooking just a little bit. Maybe I should flip it. Well, I'll be honest with you guys. This right here, like, doing this stream, having you guys coming in and hanging out with me, this is probably the first time in, I don't even know how many years, it's been a few, since I've had what feels like an actual birthday party. Now, I know that might sound kind of sad, but I was kind of mentioning earlier that a lot of the time on my birthday, I'm kind of this loner. It's like, I kind of have this thing where I feel like on my birthday, I kind of need to be alone. Oh, and by the way, for anybody asking, it's strawberry jelly that's on the French toast. It's not grape jelly, it's strawberry jelly. I'll show you guys. That's right, I got these little tiny packets, which I borrowed. I took from work. So, yeah, I just took them from work because I don't have any peanut butter and jelly in the household right now. Oh, when I have the metabolism of a bee, oh my god. I can't gain weight to save my life, you guys. I actually know why. I actually have a that's almost done. Just needs a little bit longer. I actually have a medical condition that prevents me from gaining weight, and it's a few different things. It's a combination of first of all, I have a fast metabolism. Clay did point that out, and it's true. I do. I have a very rapid metabolism. But the other part of it is I also have I have an allergy to onions, so I can't eat things with onions or I get sick. And then on top of that, my stomach is very wonky. So like there are days where I can like sometimes wake up and my stomach just hates me for like no reason. Um, and I can be pretty sensitive to like really rich foods and things like that, so I kind of have to be careful with what I eat. Um, and then on top of all of that, that looks pretty done to me. On top of all of that, I also have a lung problem. So basically, I'm gonna turn this off. So basically, I have a situation where my lungs cannot reach their full capacity. And it's not like that there's anything wrong. Like, I don't have asthma, and I don't have, defect. Like, my lungs are not, like, messed up or defective or whatever. The thing is I have a problem with my rib cage. And, there we go. Give me just a second. Just kind of filling that up with a little bit of water, and I'll clean it after the stream. So I have a problem with my rib cage, where basically my rib cage kind of grows inward instead of out. And because of that particular condition, my lungs basically get squeezed. So I have a smaller lung capacity. Bring you guys over the action over here. So basically my lungs cannot reach their full capacity, which makes breathing really tough for me. And that means that when I do things like exercise or even just like everyday activities, so like working like as a normal person, doing any kind of job that requires like physical labor, it's like a really hardcore workout for me. So like it's literally that doing something that would be normal and not very physically stressful can actually be like a major workout on my body because my lungs can't breathe at the same capacity as a normal person. So it's kind of like saying that, like the best way to put it that I've told people about it before is it's like I'm constantly exercising all the time. And like that exercise that I'm doing constantly all the time is in fact a major workout physically on my body. And so in a way, it's basically like no matter what I'm doing on a regular basis, I'm constantly burning calories and losing weight. And in fact, actually, it was really funny because I had noticed the other day that a pair of pants that I have been wearing since basically college, I think. Maybe I think it was around college when I got them. A pair of pants that I have had for like years and years and years that have always fit me. Very, very recently, they stopped fitting me properly in the sense that they're too big on me. Which means I think very recently I must have like lost some weight without realizing it. And I might actually need to actually weigh myself to make sure it's not at an unhealthy weight. Like, because there was a period of time where I had a really unhealthy weight. I was if I remember correctly, I was like 10 pounds underweight. And I went and saw a doctor about it, and he was like, you need to gain weight because this is not good. Like, so it was pretty bad. And then I went on because I was living with my parents at that time, and they basically were feeding me like crazy to make sure I got back to a healthier weight. That was back in like late high school, I believe, when that was happening. Um, but yeah, so I basically the whole point of the story is I don't really gain weight. And like I'll probably be like this for my entire life is what I've basically heard from multiple different doctors and people and stuff like that. Mmm. Ooh, that peanut butter's yummy. It's a little salty. That's a... Oh, huh. That is a weird peanut butter. It's like... The peanut butter, I just kind of like licked it off of my butter knife. And it's like got a salty flavor to it. But then like after like... It's got like a salty flavor, but then it's got this really, really sweet aftertaste. It's really weird. I don't think I've ever tried a peanut butter like that before. I mean, it is a Smucker's peanut butter, and normally I personally buy like Jif peanut butter, or Jiffy, or whatever the hell it's called, and that tastes totally different. Like, I would say Jiffy is like really, really sweet, and that's all it tastes like. This stuff kind of has a salty flavor to it. It's interesting. I kind of like it. Go ahead and throw that knife in the sink. All right, now comes the best part. Now I get to nom on this French toast. Let me catch up on the chat log. You know what? I'll kind of swing you guys around a little bit here. Whoop. Okay, that was probably not the best plan. Kind of messed up my camera just a little bit there. Maybe if I scooch this a little bit closer over this way, the thing that you clearly cannot see because it's off camera. And then I swing this, and maybe now we won't have a camera problem. There we go. That's nice. That's kind of nice. And then let me kind of see what you guys are talking about. You eat more in college, says Clay Clay. Drink whey protein shakes. I mean, I don't know. There was actually, when I was in high school, my mother used to make me protein shakes a lot. And, they're all right for a while, but then I just was like, I don't want to drink these anymore because I'm drinking them like every single damn morning, you know? I'm going to kind of see if I can get this this camera functioning just a little bit better. Get you guys able to see my pretty face. How's that? How's that? Is that a little bit better, maybe? Let's see. Maybe that's a little bit better. Whoop. It's kind of fallen over there. Whoop. Can you see me? Okay, hold on. It's been a while since I've kind of like messed around with these cameras together like this, so I'm kind of hoping that that looks a little bit better. There we go. I think that's pretty good. Looks alright to me. Smucker's is salty, Rebecca points out. Yeah, I mean, I was, like I said, I don't really use, like, I've used Smucker's jelly, like, for sure. But I've never really used their, like, peanut butter before. Oh. Oh. That's good. Mmm. So I have to say, I can only just barely taste the clove, which I was a little concerned about because I was talking with Lettuce. I was like, oh, well, I like a little bit of clove. And he was saying clove is really strong, which it is. But upon eating the first bite, I can definitely tell that it's not super strong. I can only just barely taste it. I'm also going to move this a little closer. Give me a sec here. There, maybe you guys can hear me just a little bit better. I kind of moved the mic a little bit closer. I am planning to get a better mic with better sound quality. But I can only just barely taste the clove, which is exactly how I wanted it. Another thing is the sourdough is perfect. I was a little worried that it would taste a little funky, but it tastes just right. I can see Lettuce saying, why my pee-pee hard? Probably because this is an amazing breakfast for an amazing man on his amazing birthday. That's probably why lettuce. mm. Like I said, I do repeat. I'm really glad that I got to do this because, you know, I don't... I mean, I want to cook more on this channel, but at the same time, it's like, I don't want it to be this constant thing I do all the time. So, I thought it'd be fun to do it special for today. And I don't know, I'm constantly debating whether or not I wanted to make it a regular thing, you know? Because I do have a lot of, like, fun recipes and things like that. One of the major things is that, like, I was just telling you guys a story about how, like, I don't have a ton of, like, cooking ingredients in my house. So, if I wanted to do more cooking streams, I would have to go out and actually make an effort to buy more food on a regular basis. Which, you know, I mean, I don't mind doing every once in a while, but I don't know if I want to have it be that way constantly. I mean, it would make more sense to kind of probably stabilize how much, like, the idea of having more food in my house on a regular basis. And, you know, maybe even cooking for myself more often. And, I mean, I cook, like, all the time. I really do. It's just that I don't do it in my house all that often. But, you know, I just think it would be, I don't know, I'll have to kind of see if I can get myself into more of a schedule for... If I stream, I'll cook every once in a while, you know? Make it a regular thing. Your boy Lettuce says, nailed it! Rebecca says, sourdough, I think, balances the sweetness. That's a good way of putting it, Rebecca. Like, now that I'm really, like, thinking about it, it does kind of, like, the flavor of the sourdough as the French toast really kind of gives the... Oop, I pushed my hand into butter. Buttery. Slap the butter all over my hand. Why not? Who cares? But the flavor of the sourdough kind of like counterbalances the flavor of like the peanut butter and the jelly. It's like the best way to describe how this tastes right now is it feels like all the flavors are well balanced. Like it's not too salty. I mean, I didn't really put any salt in it, but I was talking about how the peanut butter is kind of salty. So, but it's not this big deal. It's not too sweet. I mean, I put about 2 spoonfuls of sugar in it. There's some vanilla extract in there. And then you have to worry about the peanut butter and the jelly having sugar, but it's really not too sweet, like, at all. I was also kind of concerned about the cloves. Like, I was like, this is a good idea. And then, like, Lettuce is like, I don't know if that's going to be that great, but you do you, brother. And I mean, I was kind of like, maybe Lettuce is right, but whatever, this is what I'm doing now, and, but it tastes fine. But yeah, it's kind of got this nice, balance to it, like everything does. And it's funny because, I have made this multiple times in the past, but I would say that out of all the times that I have made this before, I actually feel like that this is probably the best tasting version of this that I've made. And I think it has to do with how I put all the ingredients together. Because normally, so when I've made this before in the past, I actually normally go for a whole wheat 9-grain bread. And the major thing about whole wheat 9-grain is so good. It's got a very robust and nutty flavor to it, which I really like. And I mean, people are like, oh, well, you know, whole wheat 9-grain is super good for you. And it's like, yeah, like, I get that. And I'm sure that there's some health nut out there who would love to tell me how I'm making the right choice about eating whole wheat 9-grain. But my personal attraction to it was always that it just tasted really good. I kind of like the robust, nutty flavor of the bread. And that's the thing, too, is, like, I eat healthy things based on the idea that they taste good, not based on the idea that they're healthy for me. So like people are like, oh, like you're eating this super healthy thing, and I'm like, oh, really? Because I don't really care. It just tastes good. Like like I'll do things like that all the time. It's like, oh, tofu is so good for you, and it's like, yeah, but I don't care if it's good for you because I can make it taste really delicious, and that's all I care about. I don't buy things. I don't eat things because they're healthy for me. I eat things because I think they're delicious. Mm. Hey, Smeeboo's in the chat. Good to see you. How you doing? I'm glad to have you in here. I wasn't sure if any of my family was going to be able to make it in here, but it's good to see you, girl. Love you. I made French toast with peanut butter and jelly in the middle. It's so good. It's delicious. This is like one of my favorite breakfast foods, so just haven't made it in a while, It's so delicious. And if you wanted to see me stuffing my face, this was the perfect place to come to. Oh. Ooh, that one was super eggy. Super duper eggy. Aw, you're not that old. Smeeboo, you're not that old. Shut up. You're forever young in my eyes. I love you. Oh, man. Lettuce says whole grain bread isn't much healthier than any other bread in the aggregate. It just has trace amounts of other vitamins. I could see that, Lettuce. Like, I don't really care if it's actually healthy or not. Like, I really don't. Like I said, like, I get into a lot of conversations where people will see me eating things that are supposedly really healthy. And they're like, oh, that's so good for you. It's so good that you're looking after your health. And I'll just be like, I don't care. Like, I don't care if it's considered healthy. It's just good. Like, put it in my mouth, That's all I care about. Just get it in my belly. Best breakfast stream ever, says Maz. Smeeboo says, I'm baking some bagels right now. Ooh. Oh, that sounds so good. I would love to learn how to bake my own bagels. That sounds really good. Is it just like you would like make the dough, roll it out, and then put it in a circle and then bake it on a pan and that works? Like, I'm actually really curious about that. Let's see. Lettuce says, at the end of the day, bread is bread is bread. I could see that. I could definitely see that. Yeah, I mean, but the thing is like, all different kinds of breads have all kinds of different flavors, and it's kind of fun to experiment with them. And I like really weird, like, I'm a flavor guy, and I like really weird and interesting flavors, like, all the time. Like, that's my jam. And, like, I love rye bread, or, like, marble rye bread and stuff like that. And people are like, oh, it's got seeds and it's sour, and, like, why would you eat that? It's like, because screw you, it's delicious. Like, just because you don't have any taste buds doesn't mean I don't have any taste buds, so fight me. Let's see. Smeeboo says, you could easily do it. King Arthur has a good recipe. Okay. You could just bake directly, but another way is to boil first and then bake. Okay. I didn't know that. I mean, the only thing I could think of that would be even a comparison is because, like, when you go and make donuts, you have to, like, bathe them in, like, hot oil. So it's kind of like boiling a little bit, but not really. So I guess I could see that. That would make a lot of sense. I'm going to drink up the last of this coffee and then probably set myself up with some more of it. I definitely want to experiment with food more. Like, it's been really cool because my current job has me doing a lot of, like, food experimentation. And they don't do it as much lately, but they used to. It was kind of like when I first started working at my current job, because I'm a cook. They gave me all sorts of different dishes, like all sorts of different kinds of things, and throwing all sorts of weird different things at me. And I think they did that to kind of figure out, like, what I was good at and, like, what, like, they could give to me on a regular basis. And but what's really nice too is that they've also kind of like made certain dishes like a regular thing for me that I didn't used to have, excuse me, any experience with in the past. And and I've been able to kind of like teach myself the best way to go about doing it. And for example, last night I made chicken marsala, and I'm not allowed to make it the normal way. Like, I mean, you know, normally you would fry your chicken in a pan, and then with mushrooms and garlic and whatever, and then you would like use the drippings in the pan that you fried in from the chicken, and you would make a wine sauce out of that. And the thing is, though, is that I can't use whole chicken breasts like you normally would for making chicken marsala because I have to feed older people, and a lot of them can't handle working with an entire chicken breast or like, you know, cutting it up and eating it properly. So I generally have to use like pre-diced chicken, which is like a mixture of white meat and dark meat. So because of that, I've had to experiment a few different times with like the recipe, try out different things, experiment with different flavors, find different ways of cooking it. And last night I kind of like made chicken marsala in probably one of the best ways I could, which was I kind of changed it up and added some ingredients that I didn't use before. The main thing being, so first of all, I've increased the amount of marsala wine that I use for making chicken marsala. And it burns off fine. Like, it burns off totally fine. But the thing that's really nice about actual marsala wine is that it's got this really rich, sweet, deep flavor to it that is really good when you mix it with chicken drippings. So I would basically increase the amount of oil used. I would use, I sadly do not have olive oil, which I would actually prefer to have in my kitchen, but they don't use it, and I've tried to order it before, and they say it's too expensive. So I use vegetable oil. And so you increase the amount of vegetable oil to make the chicken drippings more heavy, and then mix in the marsala wine, which is a pretty decent amount. I've put a lot into it. I don't really measure it out, but I would say it's probably about almost 2 cups of marsala wine. And then I add just a little bit of chicken broth to like further add more to the drippings flavor. And then the thing that I changed up that I thought would be really good was I added heavy cream to it to like thicken it. And I kind of experimented with it. I went really light to start with, and then added just a little bit more as I went along. And it came out so good, you guys. It came out like this nice, it was like a creamy gravy, but it still had the sweet flavor of the wine. And it was thick enough, just enough to be like a sauce. Not like an actual gravy, but like a real, like a relatively thick sauce. And it came out so good. And the main part of it too is sometimes when you deal with the chicken that I have to work with, it dries out. And what was really nice about making the sauce the way that I did was it kept the chicken really, really moist. Like really moist. It was so good. And I also like wrapped it with a little bit of plastic wrap and foil, and then threw it into the oven to sit for a little bit, so that way the moisture could collect and kind of infuse the flavor into the chicken. It came out so good, you guys. I actually did take home some leftovers last night. It came out so awesome. Hey, Ratherwood says happy birthday! Thank you, Ratherwood! Thank you so much for being here, Home Slice. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat a little bit because I went on a kind of rant there a little bit. Not really a rant, but, you know. Lettuce says you roll the dough in balls, then poke a hole in the dough and stretch. Okay. Oh, apparently everybody in here is a bagel master except me. Lettuce has a cousin that owns a bagel shop. That's kind of cool. Smeebu says the kind you get at a bagel shop were definitely boiled first. Same with soft pretzels. Sausage and pancakes done got a meal and show. Very nice. Smeeboo says, if I had a bagel shop baker in my family, I'd be mega fat from bagels. Sometimes I wonder what happened to Dad's old bread oven. My dad has, well, he used to have it. I don't know if he still has it anymore, but he used to have a really nice little bread oven that he had for making like small little loaves of bread. And I've seen, like, I remember being relatively, like, probably a little kid and seeing him baking it in a few times. And, oh, the bread he used to make out of that thing was so good. I remember he's like, I've had this little baker's oven since I was in college, and it's never done me wrong. And it's like, well, you know, it's definitely not doing you wrong right now, that's for sure. Oh. Messy French toast. Binging with Bobbish has an episode where he makes a bagel breakfast sandwiches using fresh bagels. That sounds super good, Lettuce. I think I've heard of that guy. I've never seen anything he does, but I've heard of him for sure. Tomato says, that's what we do with our bagels too. Make breakfast sandwiches with them, or cream cheese and smoked salmon. Oh, yeah. Smoked lox on bagels is absolutely amazing. Like, yes, please. That sounds so good. Let's see. Maz, never say moist. Hate that word, Habs.
Hey, Maz. Moist. Moist.
How's that? Did you like that? That was for you, Maz. That was special for you. Just for you, girl. Smeagol says, oh yeah, forgot about that. Lettuce says, I'm shit at baking. It's okay. Lettuce, I'm actually not that good of a baker either. I don't do it enough. And that's actually something that's come up a few times at my work. Because I'm really good at cooking. Really good at cooking. Not so good at baking. Definitely need more practice with baking. Like, I've definitely had some mishaps with cakes and things like that and pies. I mean, they usually come out all right, but they never come out how I want them to be, you know? Like, I've never, like, epically failed a cake or epically failed a pie to the point of where I couldn't serve it. But it's one of those things where it's like, I just want to be better at it because I know that I'm not up to the kind of quality of baking that I'd want to be. You know what I mean? So Rebecca says, same, I'm not one to measure when I cook. I don't like measuring when I'm cooking. The only time I care about measuring is, let's see, I guess liquids. I usually prefer to do liquids. So for example, like if I know that something I'm cooking needs like a cup of something or like a couple of cups of a particular liquid, then I usually measure that out. But if it's like smaller than a cup of a liquid, I'll just eyeball it. Like, I don't care. But when it gets into the larger measurements specifically for liquids, I usually like to measure it out. But a lot of the time it's like, oh, I'll do a pinch of clove and like a spray of cinnamon and like a pinch of salt and a pinch of pepper, you know? Like, I don't know what that is, but I mean, it works out fine and it tastes amazing, so I have no reason to complain, you know? Cinder Shadow says that was loud. I assume when I did my moisture thing. See, sometimes like my mic isn't the most amazing microphone, but like when I need it to really hear me to do something ridiculous, everybody can hear it. Everybody can hear it. Smeebu says that was unpleasant for everyone, and Maz says gonna have nightmares. Wrath of Wood is laughing. Clayton says, nah, guys, don't care about the word moist. Did I say moist? Moist. Lettuce says if you want a link to the bagel episode, I'll post it. Yeah, Lettuce, go ahead and post it up, brother. I'll definitely check it out. You know what? So I actually improved my Discord, and I gave it a whole bunch of like little tiny channels for different kinds of discussions. And there is a special channel on my Discord, specifically about talking about food. So if you guys want to like share recipes, that's what I have that on there for, so we can all share recipes and stuff like that. Hey, Mr. Ashed, good to see you. I had a feeling you were in here, Ashed, because if Rebecca's around, you're always here too, buddy. And also, I really appreciate the very nice donation you gave to me in the last stream. I'm really sorry that I don't get the chance to kind of give people shout-outs like during the streams, because a lot of the time what happens is the notifications come to me like after the streams are over, and I don't always have like my email and all that set up right in front of me. But I do really appreciate the donation. It's very much appreciated. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Let's see. Wrathwood says, I just follow recipes and it turns out fine. Dude, that's the way to do it. Like, just following a recipe, like, especially if you don't know, like, a lot of the time, like, I will, like, I'll learn a recipe, and I'll just kind of, like, teach it to myself. Like, I'll just read the recipe and follow it exactly. Especially when it's something that I've never made before. Because I'm not the kind of person who would get overconfident or brave about cooking something that I've never done before. So, I mean, usually whenever I have to cook something that I've never done before, I will always look up a recipe. And then I will follow it exactly to a T. I'll do every single measurement exactly right, do it exactly how they like it. And then what happens is after I've, like, cooked it the way that they say that they want me to cook it, and then after I've eaten it and kind of, like, experienced, like, what it tastes like, what the process was like, I'll then experiment the next time I make it. And that's usually how I do it. And the thing is like, one of the most visited websites on my phone, specifically on my phone, more so than, like, on my computer, is I go on a Food Network all the time to look up recipes. And I do it for sauces, I do it for, you know, entrees, like, any fish, chicken, like, anything that I would cook, I use Food Network if I'm, you know, cooking something I've never made before. And, but then after, like, you know, having a chance to, like, see what it's like by following the recipe, I usually experiment with it after that. Oh, Lettuce has got the link. Lettuce has the link! Clay says, pissed, moist, self-laughing PMSL. Nice. Mr. Shed is bragging. I follow a recipe the first few times I make something. After that, I wing it and make my own. There you go. That's the way to do it, Rebecca. Lettuce says, sometimes you need a really moist cake. It's true. I can't remember who it was who was talking. I think it was, like, one of my coworkers who bakes a lot. She was telling me that, she says that when she wants a cake to get, like, be really moist and soft on the inside, I think she said she puts mayonnaise in it. And I was like, I trust you because you're a baker. Like, you know, like, this particular coworker of mine used to own, so there's this pie shop in town that is a real big deal. And everybody kind of, like, makes a big deal. It's called literally the Pie Hut. And everybody talks about how it's basically the best pies in the entire town. And everybody goes there to get their pies. And when I first started working at my current workplace, I found out that the woman that this one woman that I work with who is primarily a baker, she apparently she originally opened the Pie Hut business and, like, owned it for a good portion of her life before she had to sell it off to deal with other things. And it's been, like, the thing is it wasn't like it got better after she sold it. Like, apparently it's been this huge deal since the day she's opened it. And, like, so, I mean, I totally trust her judgment on, like, baking and stuff like that. Like, I'm like, well, if there's anybody that I could ever trust about baking, it's somebody who ran one of the most popular, baking places in the entire town. And she's like, oh yeah, like when I want a cake to be moist, I put mayonnaise in it. And I was like, all right, like, I mean, I trust you. Like, if you ever give me a cake, like, don't tell me that you did that. Like, don't tell other people that you did that. But I would believe you that it tastes great. I would totally believe you. Oh, it's sour cream? Maybe it was sour cream. I could have sworn that she said mayonnaise, but maybe I'm wrong. Mr. Shed? Oh, Lettuce, you need the Discord? Let me set you up with the Discord, my buddy. Hold on a second. Oh, Smeeboo put the bagels on the Discord. Very nice. Okay. All right. I sent a link to Lettuce, but I'm also gonna post the Discord in the chat log here because it is a public Discord. Anybody is allowed to join it. Like, you don't need like a special like invite or anything like that. So I'll go ahead and post it in there for you guys. So for anybody who's not already in there, you guys can go ahead and join. And feel free to do as you please. There are multiple different channels for different purposes. I have like a meme channel in there. There's like obviously a cooking channel. There's the little YouTube channel, which I use more specifically for posting my videos in. I noticed that Smeeboo posted her bagel picture in the YouTube chat, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's totally chill. I could have sworn, like, I mean, I hear people saying sour cream and cream cheese, but I'm pretty sure she said mayonnaise. I feel like she said mayonnaise. I might be misremembering, but... Oh, Lettuce, don't worry about the cards, brother. It's all good. I appreciate the thought. Like, I would love to get those cards, but also at the same time, like, you do you, brother. I'm not super worried about it. Maz says, I always watch Chef Ramsay in Kitchen Nightmares and Hell's Kitchen. I think he's amazing, and I would love to, I don't know, so I used to work with a chef, an amazing chef, and she was a spitfire, like an absolute spitfire, and I loved her to death because of it, because she was so obsessed with the quality of her work and her cooking and her kitchen. And like, if she was upset, she would scream at you until you got it right. And the thing is that like, she is one of the best chefs I've ever worked for in my entire life. Like, and she used to I mean, she used to scream at me when I did things wrong, but the thing is that like, after she would scream at me about those things, I would never get them wrong ever again. Ever. Like, I would never, ever make those same mistakes ever again. And the thing is that I see Gordon Ramsay as the same kind of person, where it's like, he's obsessed with the quality of his work. He's obsessed with how his food comes out. He's obsessed with, like, not making mistakes. And the only way to really get that across to people who otherwise would not give a shit is to scream at them until they get it right. And so in my own kind of way, I kind of really respect him for that. Like, I don't know if I could ever actually like work under him. The only thing I bring up is that I have worked for a cook who did kind of like scream at people until they got it right. But I don't think she was as intense as Gordon Ramsay was. So, because Gordon Ramsay is his own special level of, hardcoreness. But I would like to imagine that because I have experienced working under somebody like that, that I think I would maybe not mind trying to cook something alongside of Gordon Ramsay, just to like have the experience, and the knowledge. And I do watch his cooking videos every once in a while. Like I've had people link me to some of his stuff in the past, because there have been a couple of times where I would struggle with a recipe. and I wouldn't know how to go about it. And then a friend of mine or somebody I know online would link me to a video that just so happens to be Gordon Ramsay doing the exact recipe that I'm struggling with. And then I would follow how he does it, and it would come out perfect every time. So, I mean, you know, like, I don't watch his stuff, I don't go out of my way to watch his stuff, but when I really need a good recipe for something, I'll usually head over to his videos and see what he's up to, because he's usually really damn good. Oh man, I am falling behind on the chat. It's a mayo cake just because it's in it. That's hilarious, Rebecca. Your boy Lettuce says that you can use mayo. Sour cream is more common, though. I could see that. That would make sense. Let me just kind of check something real quick. Oh, okay, just making sure. And Cinder Shadow says that bagel sandwich looks amazing. I would need to have a plain bagel, though. My body hates me. Oh, I'm sorry, Cinder. Cinder says Ramsay, I used to watch him a lot. I've been to GR Burger in Vegas. I think that's one of Ramsay's like restaurants, right? Stay and Play. Hey, girl, what you doing, Stay and Play? Good to see you, girl. Everybody's saying hi, Stay and Play, and she's saying hello back. And Hobbs, you ignorant cow, go make it again. Make it again. It rar. I think Ramsay is also dialing it up for TV. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. Like, I mean, when you see Gordon Ramsay, like, cooking by himself, he's, like, in his, like, Zen mode. You know, he's total Zen. And, like, he's totally, like, this is what I do, this is what I'm good at, and this is where I'm happy, you know? And, like, I feel like when I watch him, like, cook something to, like when I watch one of his, like, recipe tutorials online, and he's by himself doing his thing, he's just, like, in that moment, totally himself, and you can tell that he's totally happy with what he's doing. Like, I mean, he might not be, like, you know, expressing hardcore happiness, and he might not be laughing or anything like that, but he just seems so content when he's, like, cooking by himself. You know what I mean? And I really like that. I really like seeing people who are not only good at what they do, but they're also passionate about what they do. That's something I really like seeing in people. Like, I mean, you guys know that I am that way. I like seeing people succeed, and I like seeing people, you know, be passionate about what they do. And I get really excited and happy when I see people who are putting their all into what they love and succeeding at it. You know, that's something I like seeing a lot. All right, well, I'm gonna grab some more coffee here. And we'll chat just a little bit more, but then I gotta wrap it up. We're already kind of, we're about an hour in, and I don't think I'm going to do a full 2-hour stream like I normally do, but I'll probably go for like another 30 minutes, and we'll kind of kick it just a little bit longer. About an hour and 30 minutes for this little breakfast thing we're doing. And then I gotta wrap it up because I gotta start getting ready for work, because I gotta cook for the oldies, you know what I'm saying? Gotta cook for those oldie people. And they're a lovely bunch of people. What's really nice is that it's very funny because this has only happened pretty recently. And I've had some people explain to me why it's only happened recently, but apparently I have like some older people that I cook for who get really excited when they know that I'm cooking. And they usually, like the other day, you know what? Let me just, I'm gonna share something with you guys. This is kind of cool. This makes me really happy. So, there's this really nice lady that at the old folks home that I work at, and she is hilarious. So she has like. She's a lady who is very strict with her diet. She is gluten-free, dairy-free, so her diet is very particular. And the thing is that if you make her upset or you make her food wrong or anything like that, she will attack you. Like, she will scream her face off at you and make a big freaking deal about it until you get it right. And, but at her core, she's like this really nice lady. And it's just that she's very particular about her health and her diet and all that stuff. And she's an older lady and she's just trying to take care of herself. And she can't handle, you know, dairy and gluten and stuff like that. And, so she gets really excited when I cook, and on top of that, she gets really excited when I make salads for her, because I have a very particular way of making salads at the place that I work at. And I mean, most people just kind of throw it together, but I kind of have this whole methodology to how I do it. Like, I use like a little a special egg slicer to get the eggs like nice and thinly sliced. And then I kind of have to like roll up the turkey and the ham to make it look nice. It's got like this little spiral appearance to it, and then slice it up real finely, and then kind of throw the cheese on top lightly, have the like, you know, dressings on the side. And she used to get really excited about, you know, when I would cook and make her salads and stuff like that. And there was one night where one of the dietary aides that I work with basically was like, hey, like, this lady who loves your cooking so much, she wants you to, you know, let her know when you're cooking for her so that she can give you the proper appreciation. I was like, oh, that's so nice. So there was one day where I saw her walking down the hall, and I pulled her aside and I was like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, you did order a particular meal tonight, but would you like me to make you a salad? I'll cut it up fresh for you. I'll, you know, pull out all the lettuce and the cabbage and make sure it's all thinly sliced for you. I'll make sure it's not, you know, old and gnarly, because, you know, she was complaining recently that one of the salads she got had, like, wilted leaves and things like that on it. She was really upset. And I was like, I'll, you know, do it exactly how you like it. And I was like, do you want the French sauce, or do you want the, you know, the huckleberry? And she was so happy, and she was just like, you know, like, I would love for you to make me one of my salads. Like, I'll be so sad if I can't finish it that I might have to put it over in the corner and cry because I can't finish your salad. And so I thought it was super funny. I was like, okay, well, I'll make you a salad. And so I made her a salad that night. And then she came back and, like, well, not that she came back, but when they went to go pick up her dishes, she gave them this note that she gave to me, and which I think is so cute. And it says, "Yummy! Not a green leaf or good eats left. Thank you very, very much." And she's kind of got this, you can tell that, like, her writing is sort of, like, shaky, because, like, you know, when she's writing, her hands are kind of like this. And I loved it so much that I kept the little note and kept it to myself, because she's such a nice little lady, and she was, like, complimenting me about it. And, but yeah, that's the thing, is, I kind of like having the ability to work with all these older people. And admittedly, like, there's some of the people that I you know, cook for, there's no pleasing them. Like, there's a few of them that it's like, no matter what you do, you're never going to make them happy ever. But the thing is, though, is that there's those 2 or 3 older people that just, like, they might seem angry or bitter or whatever, but they just want what they want in the way that they want it. And it's like, if you can achieve that, like, they will appreciate you, and they will treat you nicely, and they will be very, very grateful to what you can offer them. And it's like, it's having people like that in that particular, you know, community that makes me okay with serving food to a bunch of people who don't give a crap, you know? So, I really do like my job. And, I mean, you know, every once in a while I get pretty upset about it. Like, there are things that happen. You know, not everybody is super pleasant to work with all the time. But I'd say a majority of the time I leave that place and I feel pretty satisfied, and I don't feel like I wasted my time, and I don't feel like I'm just grinding out a paycheck, you know what I mean? Mm. Oh yeah, lukewarm coffee, so good. It looks like Lettuce says, yeah, that is Ramsey's Burger Joint in Vegas. Oh man, I'll have to go there. I would love to see that place and try one of their expensive burgers. That sounds amazing. Lettuce says, so I'm playing Animal Crossing, buying turnips, and half of my island is trading to raid Area 51. Is that like when you were making the basketball court, and you were like, this is for training? Clayton says, plump the buns! Smeebu says, today you're an oldie people. Yes, it's very true. I am an oldie people. Yeah, I turned 29 today. Today I am 29. Lettuce says, "Oh, you are in a nursing home kitchen." Yeah, that's where I cook. Matt says, "Oh damn." Clay says, "Hobbs' life is literally the elderly scrolls." There you go. Wah wah. Clayton and Rebecca says, "That is awesome and so cute. I've volunteered in assisted living before, and it can feel so rewarding." It can. It really can. Like, there are definitely a few of the elderly people that I care really deeply about that are so wonderful. Maz says, "How many birthday spankies you get today?" Clayton want to know. I'm sure one for each year. Records it. Okay. Maz is into that spanking fetish. Clay. Watch out, buddy. Lettuce says, "No, everyone is Naruto running in the plaza." What? Lettuce says, "I used to be a CNA for a nursing home." And Maz says, "So 29 for Clayton." Okay. Maz has got some crazy S&M things going on with Clayton there. Yeah, so Lettuce, I am actually also trained as a CNA for the place that I work at. But after doing it a while, I kind of realized it wasn't my thing. I really wanted to get into it and, like, try it out. And I did really good. Like, they actually wanted me to become a full-time CNA and they wanted me to, and I guess it's still on the table if I really wanted to, but they wanted me to get my, I can't remember the name of it, but it's the MedTech licensing, which basically says I would have to do some training and take some tests that would allow me to handle, dangerous medications and things like that. And they really wanted me to go through that and, get the training, and they also wanted me to be a full-time CNA. But after doing it for I think I did it for about a month and a half, I think. I kind of just realized it wasn't my thing, and it wasn't that, I thought it was gross, or, it's not that I thought it was gross or that I hated it or whatever. I just didn't feel like I was, passionate about it, and it wasn't something that I was, wanting to, make into a lifestyle for me, And I wanted to have the knowledge, and I did actually think that that I wanted, and I mean, maybe I do in the future, I'm not totally sure yet, but I felt like I kind of wanted to pursue it a little further so that I would just have the documentation that says that I'm capable of doing this if it's necessary. And the experience is good, and part of it is that I want to be, I was having this conversation with my parents some time ago. I, for a period of time, had this goal, which I feel like for the most part I've achieved a good portion of it, where I wanted to have the higher ability as a cook and the higher ability as a medical, like a CNA. And the reason why is because I wanted the ability to be hireable anywhere in the country. So I like the idea of, well, not even the country, like the whole world, basically. I like the idea of being able to go anywhere I want on this planet and be immediately hireable. And having a medical background as well as a cooking background. Those are two of the most heavily sought after skills. Because, people always need, there are tons and tons of places that always need somebody who can cook. And there are tons and tons of places that always need somebody who has CNA and medical experience. And with those two skills combined, I basically had this idea that I would be able to travel anywhere I want on the entire planet and live anywhere I want on the entire planet. And no matter where I would go, I would be hireable. And that was my main intention when I was doing the training for the CNA and all that stuff. And I definitely have lots of experience with cooking. Worked in a whole bunch of restaurants, worked in 2, old folks' homes. And so I'm definitely hireable as a cook. But, I mean, I don't know, maybe someday if I still feel like I need to have that experience further fleshed out for the purpose of, living wherever I want or, whatever, then maybe I will do it. So who knows? But I kind of just realized that I was, as I was cooking, I was very happy with what I was doing. And that's what I truly and deeply cared about, was I was like, this is what I'm passionate about. this is what I genuinely enjoy, and it feels like I'm doing more than just grinding out a paycheck, you know? So, I mean, who knows? We'll see what the future holds, but right now, I just, honestly, like, my priorities have kind of shifted a bit. Right now, basically one of my major priorities is further developing this channel and hanging out with you guys. And the deeper I get into this, like, it's actually funny because I never, you know, if I looked into this about a year or two ago, I never would have expected to be where I'm currently at with this channel, and I never would have expected that I'm as passionate about it as I am right now, you know? And I'm kind of like realizing that I feel like that this is something that I really, really want to do. And I'm having such a great time. I love entertaining you guys. I love, you know, here I am, like, having a breakfast stream with you guys. And I know that, like, I don't want to, like, trample on anybody's territory, if you know what I'm saying, because I'm doing a breakfast stream, and that might seem similar to a special somebody who likes to hang out with us very, very often. So I didn't want to make this super regular thing, but I was like, you know what? It's my birthday, and I really want to do this one special thing. So, you know, and it might be something that I might do again in the future, but I'm not sure how often I will do it. So we'll definitely see. Let me catch up on the chat a bit more. You guys are talking up a storm over here. Oh man, I'm behind. Oh, Clay, your birthday's on Tuesday? Well, happy early birthday, buddy. Wow, I didn't even know that. I think, actually, you know what? I think you told me that and I forgot. So I'm sorry, Clay. Listen, here's the thing that I've learned, Clay. Here's the thing I've learned. Best babies are May babies. That's right. So, May brotherhood, brother. We are the best. Let's see. Stay in Place says, I turned 28 on the 1st of February, and previously spankings are prime, LMAO. Maz making quite a lucrative business in spanking. Okay. Maz says, I turned 30 in July on the 7th. Very cool. Stay in Play says, my wife is 30 as of April. Very nice. Very nice Stay in Play. Lettuce says, it was the only job my mom would let me have as a kid before I got my own car. I worked with her for about a year, then I got a job closing the local Burger King, making $1.25 more an hour. Lettuce says, I turned 40 a week after Maz. Very nice. Wow, we're getting some birthdays in the summer, huh? Maz says, Stay, you got a wife? I thought, well, you know, Stay and Play's hardcore and badass like that. She's got a little wifey. Cedar Shadow says, Maz and Lettuce are both a Cancer just like me, huh? Very nice. And my little sissy is saying, girls can have wives, there's nothing wrong with that. No, there sure as hell isn't. Stay in Place says, I still like boys, but I just love girls. I get it. Okay. Let's see. Maz is Cancer. Okay, doing signs. Cancer. Oh, I see. That kind of Cancer. I get it. You're talking about the star sign Cancer. I was like, are you guys talking about internet cancer in here? Come on, guys. What are you guys doing? You silly. Lettuce is like, I'm saying she is a Cancer, not a Cancer. That's so funny. I'm sorry. I thought you guys were talking about internet cancer. I was all confuzzled. Taurus rules, you bitches. Straight up, Clay. Taurus brothers for life. Stay in Place says, I'm Aquarian, the nurturer. Okay. Stay in Place a cheeky monkey. Cinder Shadow is June 25th for his birthday. Nice. Cinder Shadow's a monkey boys and girls. Lettuce says, I'm fairly certain every woman is bi. Show me a woman who isn't bi. I'll show you a bitch who's lying to themselves. That's so funny. Rebecca says, my dad's birthday is tomorrow. He would have been 78. Okay, very cool. Well, you know what? Happy birthday to your dad. Lettuce was saying, well, I was talking about internet. Oh, you were talking about internet cancer, huh? Okay, all right. Alright. You guys are so funny. I'm just kind of like trying to clean up, but also at the same time I'm like chatting with everybody and getting distracted with what I'm doing. Alright, well, it's almost like 9 o'clock where I am, 9 a.m., which means I have to get ready for work, and I have to leave in basically like 40 minutes. So I think I'm going to call it here, guys. Let's see. Stan plays Aquarius here. Polyamorous, so it was possible to have a boyfriend. Bye, guys are super awesome. Alright, well, I will see you guys later. I had such a great time hanging out with you. I'm really glad that this was such a great turnout and everybody wanted to come out and hang out in my little birthday breakfast chill stream. So you guys really rock. I'm really happy. So far, I mean, I only just woke up like a few hours ago, and this has already been such an amazing birthday. Just hanging out, cooking in front of you guys, hanging out with you guys, like chilling and all that fun stuff. So this is a good day. This is a good day. This might be one of the best birthdays I've had in a long time so far, and it's only just begun. So, here's the thing. I really want to do a stream tonight. I really do. So, I'm going to try my best to make this huge effort to kind of get everything done at work, come straight home, and I will set up a stream tonight. I don't know if it'll go on for super long. I'm just going to do everything I can to make my best effort to come home and do a stream, and we'll have kind of like this early morning birthday stream, and then we'll have a late night birthday stream, and then I'll be back into my regular streaming schedule for the next few days, and we'll have a good time with that. And yeah, I will probably see you guys hopefully tonight. I think it'll work out fine, so I'll do my best effort to hang out with you guys tonight as well. So anyways, thank you guys all so much for being here. I had such a great time. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's awesome. It really is. I know I'm repeating myself, but it's just a really good feeling because, like I said, this is like one of the best birthdays I've had in a while. So thank you guys for doing that for me. I super appreciate it. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We're almost at 100 subscribers. I'm going to try and plan something special for when we hit 100. Hit that notification bell because that way you guys can know when I'm going to be doing my streams. And if you had a good time like I did, please hit that thumbs up. It really helps me out. Lets the algorithm know that I do things and I'm actually important because I'm an important busy boy. And in the description below, I have all my wonderful links. I have a PayPal, I have my mailing address, which is a P.O. box, I have my DeviantArt profile, all that wonderful fun stuff that's all about moi. But until then, I guess I'll just have to say that I'll see you guys in the next stream, and follow your dreams, guys, okay? You guys rock. I'll see you later tonight. Bye, guys! Bye!